right, everybody, it's Tuesday. We're live, and you know where you should be if you're not here right now. Now, tonight, we have an unbelievable treat for you guys. I have known, oh, wow, I actually pointed the right way. No, I didn't. That way. It's great. I've known this guy for a while now. He is he is one of the founders of Stately EDC. He has a very unique perspective. Hey, Iron Wings. He has a very, very unique perspective on stuff. He is a first responder. Now, he's not a freaking nozzle jockey and he's not a cop. He's an EMT. So I have been wanting to have him on for a while. We were able to get some finally worked out. We got the time frame and we got him here. So this is going to be a fun one tonight, guys. Now, Paul, I know who you are. I've known you for a while, but brother, introduce yourself to the world.
All right. So I'm Paul Townsend Lamb. I have two last names. My wife was Townsend, I was Lamb. We married combined. Anyway, I've been a medic EMT for 11 years. Do a lot of arts and crafts stuff to help relax. I do bladesmithing, forging, woodworking, leathercraft, soft stone carving, all kinds of stuff.
Funny you mentioned bladesmithing.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have to show you. Well, here. Easy enough to read. My latest project was reconditioning an axe for a customer, a double-headed axe.
Sweet.
So added the stump guard here. Sheath is all mine, and he wanted a mirror-like finish on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's been the last couple days. When I got it, it was completely rusted. The handle was all blacked out. It was in bad shape. So reconditioned the whole thing.
Looks beautiful.
Right up, put a new edge on it. Sucker is sharp, as you can. I see chunks off my knuckle.
Yeah, see, that's not good. That's not good.
So, background: I was originally born and raised in California, and moved out here.
We're not holding that against him, guys. He got out of the People's Republic. Okay.
Thank you, Iron Wings, for your comment there. Moved out here to Michigan 12 years ago. Yeah. Went back to school, became an EMT, and I've been there ever since. I absolutely love it. We work in a busy urban system based out of Grand Rapids, where we cover 3 different counties. So at any given point in the day, I'm somewhere in 3 counties. Yeah. 12-hour shifts. I work 4:30 a.m. to 16:30 p.m. And yeah, it's great. Really enjoy it. It's been challenging, especially recently. But we're all working through it the best we can.
Oh no, I mean we're gonna get there, but the big burning question I have for you is what made you get into the EMT field? Now I understand being a first responder is really a calling. It's like joining the military, or for lack of a better phrase, joining the priesthood. You feel that pull. What was it in you that you went, I want to do this?
So it was never anything that was on my radar growing up. I started working when I was 14 for a construction company, did a ton of stuff. Right before I moved to Michigan, I was working for a furniture company, driving their big rig transfer truck all over Southern California. I was bartending at night. I had my own business doing home maintenance, repair, and landscaping. And I was flying helicopters for a tour company. So fast forward, I moved to Michigan. Sorry, I'm reading the comment here.
No, you're good, Paul. You're good.
So
guys, Eric said it. Eric said it. Sorry, Paul. Eric said it.
Moved here to Michigan and was doing landscaping just so I had a job. And San Bernardino County. I grew up in Lake Arrowhead. There we are. Needed something to do that was not going to be seasonal, like landscaping in Michigan. And a family friend worked for AMR. And said, hey, come out for a ride along, hang out with us for the day, see what you think. And so I did. And it was amazing. And so I went to school, got my license, did medic school, got my license, and it was just something that came very easily to me. You know, all the traumas and all the other stuff aside, the medicine portion of it came easy. And
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the trauma came easy. Yeah, you've been divorced. You're good. You know?
Yes, that helps with separating life.
Joe, my brother.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, and it was never something I thought I would do, but I got into it and I absolutely love it. And I was telling you earlier, I just interviewed for a promotional position that might start beginning of August. So hopefully.
Praying for you, brother. I know how much you love what you do.
Thank you. Yeah. In addition to running an ambulance every day, I also am part of the Special Pathogen Response Network for Michigan. I sit on the state board and as well as the transport team leadership board for Region 6 where we live. So I help write protocols and procedures for the special pathogens aspect of EMS, which is all the highly, highly infectious, lethal diseases. So I spent today in a BSL 4 level bunny suit.
No thanks. I'm having bad flashbacks to U.S. military and MOP gear, the chemical gear. Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, this stuff, it's not as bad as MOP gear with the new improvements to it. But I had a capper system on at one point. I had the Halo rebreather device, the full bunny suit, double gloves, boots, the whole 9 yards. Radio is wired up inside. It's hot. So we spent
no offense, yeah. And like MOP gear, for those guys who don't know, it's mission-oriented protective posture gear. It's the military's big acronym for, we're going to give you clothing that's so laden with charcoal, you're going to sweat your balls off and not realize you're dying of a chemical attack while you're dying of a chemical attack because you just want to peel the gear off.
Yeah. Yep. This stuff, fortunately, is not as bad, but we're still under a 4 to 6 hour time limit on how long we can wear it before we start doing minor body shutdown stuff.
Yeah, because those suits, for you guys who don't know, those suits do degrade. Once you break that protective seal to open them up, that starts the death process of your suits. Whew. And yes, Iron Wings, exactly. That's another reason why I'm glad I'm out. No more stupid freaking recreational gear and MOP. No. There is nothing fun about playing soccer in full MOP gear. Nothing.
This is, I don't know how well you can see that. Not well with all the glare, but that's half of the outfit.
Yeah.
So that was today. Lots of fun.
Now, when you're on the truck, I guess, because I know Michigan has private medical companies, I believe.
Correct.
And they have the state, sponsor ones like, fire, police, and their EMS. I've never asked you this. Which one are you? Are you private or are you state?
We are private. I actually work for the largest private ambulance company in the world. American Medical Response is global. We partnered with a couple different cats running around in here. We partnered with a couple different companies in Europe and that side of the world. So if you fall and break your hip in Paris, we'll come get you in an AMR fixed wing plane and we'll fly you back to the States.
Damn. The bill on that.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. And then if you, depending on where we fly you to, you might need a helicopter to get you closer or to land on the hospital. So we'll then put you in an AMR helicopter or we'll come pick you up in an AMR ground transport and take you wherever you need to go.
Okay, so I'm not trying to insult your stuff. The only thing that's popping in my head is you're a concierge service. It's like, we're going to move you from one point to another.
We're your concierge emergency medical service. We will attempt to get you from wherever you're at back to home, where you can get the best care possible.
Nice. So do you do any like police calls, fire calls? Do you guys help out there, or?
Yep. Every structured fire call out, we're right there with the firefighters. I actually just spent a couple weeks ago, spent 4 or 6 hours at a police standoff, a hostage standoff.
Wow.
Waiting for warrants to come through so they could kick the door in and either shoot him or convince him to come out. And fortunately, he came out peacefully.
Thank God. No offense. Thank God.
Yeah. It makes it better for everybody.
Thank you. It's better for everyone all around.
Yeah. So there was the whole thing was over an Amazon truck. He stole an Amazon truck and then fled across multiple cities.
The trucks are low jacked.
Yep. There you go. Right there. So on
Trucks are low jacked. What the?
that one there, in the blue shirt, that's me in my ballistic vest, which is now standard for our uniform, which is incredibly sad to say.
Well, with the times and everything, but
Yeah.
now that we're talking about uniforms and standard stuff, what is basically your standard gear that you carry? Because I know being a part of everyday carry communities,
Mhm.
we all have our kind of own gear.
Yes.
What is basically, what would you consider your basic loadout for your day at work in the truck?
So the thigh pocket is my wallet and a Benchmade extrication tool with big hooked blade on it.
Yeah.
That was actually a gift from my deployment. My government minder.
Guys, similar.
Yes.
Not the exact same, but it's similar. This is by Gerber.
Yeah. My government officer in charge actually got it for us, put my name engraved on it, it was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I have that in my wallet and a notepad in my right thigh pocket. Left thigh pocket is always gloves. I carry 5 or 6 gloves. Any advice when it comes to guys in office, when it comes to being medically prepared? Yeah, we'll segue to that real quick. A basic first aid kit will get you through most things. I see a lot of people carrying tourniquets around every day. In 11 years of EMS, I've never used a tourniquet to occlude a wound. I've always been able to stop bleeding, even gunshots and stabbings, with direct pressure of a sterile bandage and a wrap.
Nice.
Tourniquets just get you down this road of future problems. This is Terrence, by the way. Yes, the San Bernardino County shooting. Actually, the guy that did the whole thing lived the next street over from my older sister.
Dude.
Yeah, it was nuts. So a basic good first aid kit, 4x4 gauze pads, some 5x9 ABD pads, sterile cling, a couple ACE wraps, a good amount of Band-Aids, some alcohol pads, and tape. Throw a thing of super glue in there. Super glue is amazing for cuts.
Yes.
And it's the same stuff they're going to give you in the hospital, except they're going to charge you $400 for it. It's the same stuff. All that extras, I would get a face mask, not like mask, but a CPR face mask.
Yeah.
Protects your airway, doesn't allow saliva back and forth. But now, even now, the standard is compressions only CPR, so you don't have to worry about doing the breathing for anybody. Choking victims, number one rule, if they're coughing, they have an airway. Let them cough it out. When they stop coughing, Heimlich. And then Heimlich until they pass out or the piece comes out. If they pass out, go right to the ground, start CPR. Nice. Meanwhile, somebody is calling 911.
Hopefully, right? No one's sitting around with their cell phones out going, can you believe this? Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh.
Yo, I'm on the gram.
Oh, hey, Everyday Terry.
Oh, now it's AC, huh? It's no longer Panda Eyes? Look, your time's
Uh,
next week, okay? Easy there, Terry. Easy.
I actually changed my name from AC Justice for this one. Yeah, a good basic first aid kit is really all you need, especially in the office setting. They'll probably have something stuck away, but keep one in your desk in a little pouch.
Well, most offices, you have that standardized, you buy it from like Home Depot or,
Ranger.
or whatever. It's like you put it up there and no one ever checks to make sure if the expiration dates are up to date, if anything needs to be restocked. It's always like those old weird kits you see in military vehicles.
Yeah.
Some of them are rusted out and you're like,
rusted shut, can't get it open.
Yeah, it's like I'll just die of tetanus before I get that thing open.
An AED is probably the best tool out there, and companies can get them using grants. A lot of places will put them up for free. So an AED with good pads is always great. The number one lifesaver is early intervention and good CPR. That does more than even all the drugs we carry. So we get credit for sometimes saving people, but most of the time it's because somebody was there that was CPR trained and had an AED, and they could put it on, and whether it shocks them or not, it's good feedback, timing, tells you everything to do. That's what saves people. That early perfusion, that's what does it more than anything else.
I mean, those things I've seen, and you guys have seen them in TV shows where it's like, apply whatever, wait how many seconds, clear, and then it's like shocking. So yeah, all right, what we got here?
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's one thing there, Bo, that when you get in, you get that training, and I know just like Paul with his medical training, you're always, it's like when everybody else loses their mind, you're calm and you're ready to go. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's something you're always on. There's not a point where you're not seeing everything around you.
Yeah, it's like your brain never shuts off.
Yes. Yeah.
Even when you're in your house, the sights, the smells, the sounds, the everything. You're always like, all right, I know this is secure. I know this is here. I know the cat's there. Like in my case, I know my kids are downstairs with their tablets and they're behaving because they're not fighting right now. So everyone's got a full charge and everyone's getting along. So,
yeah.
It's like I joked a couple weeks ago. My better half emptied the house. I had the house to myself for a weekend.
Oh, man. What'd you do?
Yeah, you would think it'd be like paradise, right?
No.
Walk around naked in front of the fan, fart, drink a bunch, eat some pizza. No, man, I was freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't sleep. Where's the freaking noise?
Yeah, it's too quiet.
Yeah, I had to go downstairs and put a Korn concert in the DVD player, hit the repeat for like 8 hours, and then I'm like, I'm good. I can sleep now, All right, man, let's get back to your loadout because you ended up on the gloves.
Yep. Yeah, we did get sidetracked there.
That's okay. It's a good sidetrack that we had.
Gloves in the left thigh pocket. My right pants pocket, I carry very minimal as much as possible, but Burt's Bees and this little pack here, I've got an original Stately Wolves key tag.
I remember when those came out.
Yep, super old. I have an in-charge iPhone charger. They just snap right apart, plugs in. Olight.
Watching The Bachelor at the neighbor's.
Yes, she is watching The Bachelorette at the neighbor's house. It's terrible. Olight sent me this little pry bar, and it's got an oxygen wrench built into it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so compact. It's the only thing I use it for. It's a bottle opener, too. I've never used it for that.
I just, everything has to be a bottle opener nowadays. I'm like, why?
And then this little Olight, the IR2 EOS, rating it upside down. It's the rechargeable one. So nice. I've got low for checking pupils, and then high to illuminate immediate area, or fun little trick they don't teach you in school. is you take your flashlight and shine it on your arm or on your hand, and you can start an IV because it's like,
Yeah, you see the veins.
yeah, exactly. Makes your veins pop out. So if somebody tell, oh, I'm a hard stick, nobody ever gets one. I'll get one. Don't worry. And I'll use that or on my ballistic vest.
There, we'll get you one of those for,
Yeah, my ballistic vest, which I keep at work, has a R50 Pro Seeker LE. And so I'll put that on low so it doesn't burn anybody, and that'll actually shine clear through your hand.
Nice.
So I'll use that, and then I have a set of Raptor trauma shears.
By Leatherman or?
By Leatherman, yeah.
Yep.
That's essentially my loadout. Oh, wait, nope. And then my old standby that I use for everything, my CRKT Batum full size. This beast goes everywhere. It's a door knocker. I've popped doors off of, popped into doors to get into a residence. Occasionally I'll cut clothes off with it. This thing does everything.
Sweet. Terry, I've had these for a while. I can't get much anymore because the person who produces them has kind of dropped off Facebook, and I haven't found a really, really good source, but I've got 3 total. There's one here. There's one in a frame downstairs. And I think the cuteness factor kidnapped the other one. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, and I'm not fighting her for it. So I got to ask this one. I know most first responders carry a blade. How does your work consider that? Is it like we know you've got it, but if we don't see it, we're not going to react to it?
No, actually, they're pretty laid back about it. I also have a boot knife. I carry one of 2. My boots have built-in pockets for them.
Oh, dude, thinking ahead.
Yeah. So 511 boots, which is what I wear, the right or the outside edges of both the 8-inch tall boots have built-in pockets. Well, they designed a knife, very limited edition run, for that pocket.
Nice.
One big-ass boot. One knife.
Nice.
This is my my oh shit knife.
Exactly.
This is my things have gone sideways in a horrible way knife. But that lives right there.
No, I feel you because lately I've been carrying by K-Bar their TDI that Pocket Strike, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It fits beautiful in a pocket. It's very minimalistic, lightweight for a fixed blade. You barely even know it's there. And you can literally withdraw it from your pocket with a pinky and get it right out of the sheath. No problem.
Nice.
Oh, it's freaking beautiful. All right.
Now, sounds like a good setup there. Yep.
Yep.
Well, I do also have a Lucky Fat Man in my bag that lives in there just in case.
Yeah.
I hope to never unravel it. Ah, yeah.
One of those.
Yep.
Yes, Terry. I still have it. It's still part of my everyday carry. Well, yeah, I mean, you work in an office building, and I'm sure you carry some kind of backpack or something, so it's easy to transport your EDC and keep it right there and not scare the normies.
Yes. Yeah. I've slimmed down a lot from what I used to carry.
Well, I think I think we all have, because when you first start, it's like Call of Duty. Yeah. You know, you want 8,000 pounds of gear, and you're like, I'm going to need this. I'm going to need 12 of these. If I needed one, I need this. And then you start getting in that mindset of ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain.
Yep.
And then you start paring down and going, what do I really need? What am I going to have? What do I need for this?
Yes.
You know, it's like, where'd it go? My carry lately for the last week is just a very simple little fixed blade by Malasong. I know it's a Chinese knockoff of something. I don't even know what, because I'm really only in my house.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody breaks in, I do have weapons stashed around the house, and it's like, please break in. I need to bloody this, tomahawk, please, please.
Break
Or
my
like, back over here, sword collection.
yeah. Uh-huh.
That's been growing.
Nice.
But okay, now we're going to switch topics, and I'm going to ask a first responder a question that's not going to go exactly how you think it's going to go. I will never, ever ask a first responder about their worst experience.
Thank
But
you.
I am going to ask you, what was your best experience on the job?
Oh man, there actually been quite a few. I've birthed 2 kids, a boy and a girl. They
Oh,
were
that's cool.
yeah, which means I have a matched set of pins of stork pins, which I don't have to birth any more children. 2 is enough. It's messy. One of them I did doing. My partner doesn't do kids, or my partner at the time, and so we're hauling up the highway and coming from one end of the county going to the other end, about the farthest distance away we could have gone. And this lady was just screaming, carrying on, and every 5 seconds, oh, I feel the head. No, there's no head there. And then we were hit the interchange. I feel the head, and I check and oh shit, there's a head. So I yell up to my partner. I was like, hey, you got to stop. I've got a head in my hands. You got to stop so I can deliver this kid. Nope. He hits the lights, hits the siren, and floors it.
Nice.
We
Steven,
did
brother.
rocket speed to the hospital. Well, hey, kid's still coming. So I
Yeah, well, yeah.
finished birthing the kid, clamped the cord, cut it, got them all wrapped up, a couple APGAR scores. And we come pulling into the hospital, and I hear him get out of the truck, and then nothing. The back doors don't open. Well, where the hell did he go? Well, he went inside the hospital and grabbed every doctor and nurse he could find and brought them all out. Opens the doors. He goes, I brought you help. I went, meet the kid. We don't know his name, but you don't name him.
Oh my God. And guy, I'm sorry, go ahead, Paul.
The birthing kids, it's awesome. It's messy. I don't have to do it anymore. It is a great experience, and I think narrowing it down to certain calls is hard to do. It's more just the interaction with people. I love.
I told you.
Yeah, my last one too. Because I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, baby girl.
I love interacting with people, and especially there's a few World War II vets left.
Oh, nice.
But the old Dutch farmers and people that served in the military, that they've been around, they're 80, 90 years old. This is live history right there.
Exactly.
These are people that, they've seen the beginning of vehicles. They've been there for the Model T on up. So I love talking to them, and every now and then you get a chance where you can just set everything aside and just talk to somebody on the way to the hospital and listen to their, the life they had and what they've seen. And they've seen things that we will never have an opportunity to.
Yeah, and God, they're literally the last of a dying breed.
Yeah.
Because once they're gone, all of that knowledge, all of that history, all of that wealth of just amazing aspects has vanished.
There is a reason they're called the greatest generation. They truly are. These are people that, a little old lady, 90 years old, fell down her stairs into her basement, and she's got a bone sticking out of her arm the wrong way. And, oh, honey, let me get you some pain meds. We're going to get you up to the hospital. Oh, don't make a fuss. This doesn't really hurt.
Right?
Lady, my arm hurts looking at that. We're going to get you some pain meds. Oh, no, honey, don't make a big deal about it. It's okay. Nope.
Just put the bone back in and give me, a little wrap. I'll be good.
It doesn't hurt now, but when I move you, it's going to hurt. But they are just so awesome. I love the little old ladies and the old gentlemen that have, they have stories. They have history. They are living history books.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're called the greatest generation for a reason. And it always makes me wonder how we got from them, a generation who used to commit suicide because they could not be drafted, to you didn't get me a PlayStation 5. Well, now I need a life counseling coach because I really don't know how to adapt to this. I mean, you're really putting all this pressure on me like that. All my friends have this and I don't, so I'll be an outcast.
Yep. Yeah.
Not that I deal with teenagers and people like that.
Because words hurt and I need a safe space. Yeah.
Yes. You said those magic words, safe space. Ah! Cousins, how you doing, guys? All right, and I wanted to say this earlier. There's a big reason why I will never, if you guys watching this live and those can watch it later on, you never ask a first responder about their worst experience because you never, ever, ever want to make them relive that trauma, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going to a soldier who had his leg taken off and going, well, how'd you feel when you stepped on that landmine? Well, I didn't feel anything for a moment. When I woke up 12 days later,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's that respect level that I have for Paul and other first responders that I know I will never, ever ask. I know he's got some amazing stories, and I know he's been through a hell of a lot, and he's been this same guy ever since I've known him. There's been a couple times where I got close to crossing a line with him, and he's like, dude. I'm like, sorry, back it off. All right, what do I got? Hey, Nicholas Z. Bobby, I see you out there, bro. I just hit the wrong thing, but Bobby, brother, how are you? Bobby is a prison guard in Georgia, I think, Bobby. I know you work for the system somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. All right, now we're going to talk about something we talk about an awful lot here on the channel. And this is a huge reason I really wanted you on. We're going to talk about mental health. Now, I know I can't really say we're coming out on the other end of this COVID thing, because if you turn on the news, which I recommend nobody do, I'm not trying to be a jerk, because you're going to hear Delta variant, you're going to hear bodies are stacking up, hospitals are overflowed, you're going to hear so much bad stuff. But Paul is literally on the front lines of a whole bunch of stuff. What tips and tricks do you use to keep yourself centered?
Oh, man. A lot of it is you just got to have more patience with people right now. It is so easy to get locked into, oh, they still have a mask on, or they don't have a mask on. Oh, he's by himself in a vehicle and he's all done up and everything. You just got to have patience with people. Everybody is fighting for some sense of normalcy right now, and I think it's gotten so much better than it used to be.
Agreed.
Just us responding, we don't have to put nearly as much crap on every single call, which is great, because that in itself is exhausting. If I roll up to a call and it takes me 5 minutes to put all the shit on.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes of wasted time. That clock
I can't even assess my patient, who might be having a heart attack, might be in cardiac arrest, might be having a stroke. These are all very time-sensitive things. 5 minutes is a long time. That is life or death. And so the lightening of the restrictions has been huge for us. But it's just having a little more patience with everybody. We struggle with it every day because people call 911 for the stupidest reason.
That is awesome, Bobby. Yeah, he's gone from being a CO to the athletic director for the Kansas DOC. So I love it. He's like, now I'm basically in charge of recess.
That's awesome.
All right. I'm going to give Paul a help here, because I expected him to say this and he didn't. The biggest thing that's helped him in his job is he's been friends with me for a couple years, so he's used to putting up with dumbasses. All right.
Sure.
Yeah. Notice how he's not denying it, laughing. See that smile? See that smile? That's why I love this guy. But
Stupid people are job security for me.
you're welcome.
Because you would be amazed at the perfect example. Last week before, whatever it was, we get called to next town over for a guy who stuck his penis in a body wash bottle and then it got stuck. He waited 3 hours before he called. And by the time he called, he's hobbling around the parking lot there. Super embarrassed because he's in his mid-30s. This is something you expect from like preteen to early teens. Shockingly enough, was that it actually made it into the body wash bottle because it wasn't like there was a big top on it. It was a little tiny hole. We suctioned out all the air and then stuck the tip in and then released the pressure so it vacuumed it in. So 3 hours later, it's black, swollen, and bleeding, and he can't get the bottle off. Took the docs another 2 hours to cut it off of him.
All right. I gotta ask, on a call like that, how in God's blue earth do you keep it together and not break down laughing going, what the fuck were you thinking?
I know that as soon as I walk out of the hospital, that is going to be the topic of discussion back at headquarters. I now have the best story of the day.
I mean, okay, I'm ex-military. We have twisted senses of humor. I know you guys have to have it too.
So bad. Jesus. You ever go to a restaurant and see a bunch of EMS people? Don't sit by us. You will not be able to eat. Because we'll be talking about the guy who's got maggots crawling out of his leg as we're sitting there eating spaghetti. And
what?
Oh.
Ow.
That's bad news. Yeah, we've gone out, as a group, and we'll be sitting there, and we always make sure we go to a restaurant, we sit as far away from everybody as possible. Well, inevitably, somebody comes and sits next to us. Well, we're not going to stop talking about our stuff, so we keep going. And you can always tell when they hit their breaking point. Because, they start making noises, and they finally stand up and go, could you guys stop? I'm sorry, did we say something to offend you? Well, no, I'm trying to enjoy my meal, and you're talking about, bed bugs crawling out of orifices and maggots crawling out of somebody's skin. Okay. I'm sorry that offends you, but that's life. That's what we deal with, and that's just how it goes. And we'll try to turn it down a little bit, but they always end up getting pissed off and leaving. We tip our servers very, very well.
I wonder why.
Yeah. They put up with us.
So, okay, I get a great sense of humor definitely helps in your line of work.
Yeah.
I get, how can I put it? A brotherhood with help, being able to help talk to people definitely has to help. Yes. But if you had to kind of burrow it down, I know I have to say this in case she watches this later. Mrs. Redacted is at home, and you're coming home after a bad day. What's that one thing that you can say that you do maybe on the car ride home or just before you even think about getting in a car that, Paul goes, woosah.
Yeah. The biggest thing, the biggest thing for the, and the thing that I tell all of my trainees, all my new people, you have to have separation. Work is work. It stays there. You walk out that door, it's done. It's over. It's gone. Home stays at home. You walk out the front door, the side door, whatever, to get in your vehicle to go to work. Home stays in that driveway. The two never meet. Your really bad call that you did where, you had to pull a baby out of a car and it's dead, and there's nothing you can do about it. You got to then tell the parents it survived. Hey, I'm sorry, your kid's gone. That has to stay at work.
Now that's okay. That's an acquired skill.
Very much so.
And I'm sorry to jump in like that. I know with your military training, you're just used to, you're on the job 24/7, no matter what. Mm-hmm. So those certain aspects, because I was single my whole time in, I lived in the barracks. You really don't shut that off, because once you get off work, it's let's get drunk, let's play video games, let's have pizza, let's do whatever. And you're still carrying on that way. But for you guys, that is such an acquired skill where you're like, okay, clock out, work Paul's done, home Paul is here,
And some days it takes me more than the drive home to do that reset. And I'll tell Caitlin, because we talk when I'm on my way home. If I'm in the truck, I'll call her when I leave headquarters. Hey, I'm on my way, blah, blah, blah. And if I've had a pretty shitty day, I'll say, hey, I need a little bit of time when I get home. And I'll get home. I shower every day after I get back just to get everybody's crap off me.
Yeah.
And I'll just spend an extra 10 minutes behind the closed door of the bathroom resetting myself. And whether it's I've got my phone out and I'm just scrolling mindlessly through something, or I've got my Kindle and I'm reading a novel, or just sitting there thinking about, okay, how do I process this through so that I can actually be myself here at home? And renal failure and rotting flesh and maple scented beard, it smells like cinnamon. It's got a cinnamon tang to it. Rotting decubitus flesh, it smells like cinnamon. It's awful. It doesn't bother me. I'll go out and I'll eat French toast or whatever right after it. Smells don't bother me. Visual stuff, nah, I haven't found anything yet. I don't like decubitus smells, the ulcers that are tunneling through. I don't like the smell of necrotic flesh, but it doesn't bother me.
Oh, God. See, the smart ass part of me, and seeing how we're not on the experience, I can do this. So, Terry, shut your mouth if you're still watching. He just said bad smells don't bother him and visual things don't bother him. Now we know why he married Caitlin. Oh, I've been waiting years to do that. Yes. And when she views that, kicks the shit out of me, you guys will know why.
Yeah.
Oh,
it just the separation of work and home, it is an acquired thing, and sometimes it takes a little while. Honestly, this guy he's laying right next, all curled up on my leg over here. They're a big part of keeping me centered. As I know that when I get home, Terrence here will be waiting either on the floor or on the table for me to empty my pockets out, take my uniform shirt off, and he jumps up on my shoulders, and that's his perch for the next 20 minutes. And just that little pressure and that companionship, that helps so much.
And you see, I like the fact that you mentioned that, how pets can really help you zone out and get out of your head.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a mind-numbing exercise just doing this.
Yep.
But it's a centering skill, and I don't want to say a coping mechanism. I don't want to be insulting on that. No. But it helps you with that reset. And I also love the fact that you made mention, because I was going to ask this, that if you're having a really bad day when you check out, you can call your better half and go, I need a little bit. and she's not right there, right in your face. Talk to me. Tell me about everything. Do this, do that. Yeah. She's like, take your time.
Yep. She is very, very good about it. And she knows she'll ask every day. She asks, oh, how was your day? It was all right. And that's all I have to say. She doesn't, oh, well, tell me about everything. Tell me this, tell me that. She doesn't want to know. That's a big help because I can then leave it there and not have to come home and immediately relive everything I just did for 12 hours.
I ain't scared. She ain't gonna fly out here to find me. I ain't scared. And I carry a taser. I might drop her once and be able to run quick. All right.
She carries an expandable baton.
Oh, I do too. It's sitting right down there.
Yeah, I got her a police issue baton for when she goes walking.
I've got one from Schrade. It's not the greatest, but it works.
Oh yeah, hers whips out to about that big, solid steel, big, heavy ball on the end of it.
I've only had to deploy mine once, and that's when a crackhead was seriously across the road and yelling at my children walking across the road.
Oh, no.
And it was like, how can you put it? Lightsaber deployed when I cracked it out. The crackhead went, oh, I'm like, you can leave now. Yeah. Washington, I can carry those legally. I just have to mind the strike zones.
Yep.
But yeah, damn.
Casey. We just had a guy. I was working with one of the supervisors yesterday. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah, yesterday.
I'm trying to keep it somewhat friendly. Okay, just somewhat.
Oh, so we heard one of the other crews responding, and they called out at the hospital and said, "Hey, we need some decon time." All right, well, we'll go down there and give them a hand. We're not doing anything right now, so we hop in the truck and we get there right at the same time they do, and they're pulling this guy out, and they're all head to toe in plastic gowns and gloves and masks and shields, all this other stuff. And this guy's, he's awake, he's alert, he's talking. What is going on here? And he lifts the sheet like this, and it is the worst bed bug infestation I have ever seen. Ever. Like, you could scoop them up in your hands and they would overflow your hands. Mm-mm. Oh, it was the worst. So, yeah. That was bad news. But
yeah,
didn't stop me from finishing my sandwich when I got back in the truck.
See, he's like, I got this.
Yeah. I'm still hungry.
This is why I love this guy. Seriously, I really do. Oh, man. All right, now I'm going to throw a weird one at you here.
All right.
What advice would you give anybody potentially who's going to watch this in the future who is thinking about joining EMS?
Do not do it for the money because there isn't any. We are the most underpaid medical profession out there. Like, legitimately. A brand new EMT now in Michigan starts at $14 an hour. Back when I first started, it was $10.
Okay, that's really underpaid for everything you guys have to deal with. And you know me well enough. You know I'm not kissing your ass. You have to go in areas where cops and fire won't go because you've got to save those lives.
Yeah. That is the reason we wear ballistic vests now. Standard issue for our area is, it's not mandated, but it is highly, highly encouraged that you have a 3A vest on.
Well, see, I was just thinking it's Michigan, like you guys are the murder mitten. So
Grand Rapids is not that bad.
Yeah, look at Grand Rapids, but you sure how many different
here
areas?
In Detroit, that's bad news.
Well, yeah.
If you are going to get into EMS, the biggest thing, do some ride-alongs before you commit to it. Make sure it's something you can actually handle. Because the first time you're handed a blue baby, and right off the bat whether this one's going to get saved or not. But you still have to keep your shit together enough
Bobby,
to-
what? Paul, read that.
Yeah, I've seen gerbils,
Oh,
hamsters, gerbils, weasels, ferrets. All
I didn't know
kinds
you
of
knew Richard Gere.
animals.
oh, sorry, someone had to say it.
A lady had a TV remote stuck underneath a roll here. Couldn't find it, so bought another one. Found the other one over here. She had 3 remotes. One was still at the house. She had 2, one under each roll, and a ferret. The
Oh,
ferret was in the backside because she sat on it, didn't know it, and that's what finally started the call. Was
How-
because the ferret was rotting, and yeah.
how do you not know you have a dead rodent stuck to you?
she hasn't seen her feet in years.
Yeah,
Much
but
less her backside.
okay, I get the body odor thing alone, but a dead rodent?
Can't find it if it was completely encapsulated by a fat roll.
Okay,
It had been there for so long and it had decomposed enough that it was actually tunneling decomposition through her fat rolls. Yeah.
that's some Jerry Springer shit right there. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is
Holy-
just another day in EMS. People are crazy. People do weird shit. You can never say you've seen it all because somebody will surprise you with something out of the blue. And yeah, you
Yeah.
shake your head. Okay, let's go to the hospital. That's the amount of times I just sit there and go, all right, let's go. Okay.
All right. So here's one more odd one for you. With the ride-alongs, do they purposely give that bus easy calls not to freak the person out? Or are you getting like right in the middle of
You get everyday stuff, whether it's rolling 10 drunks in a row that are just sitting on the side of the, they'll always call for short of breath or chest pain because they know it'll get us there fast. And all they want to do is go to the hospital and get a sandwich and sober up. Whether it's running 10 of those in a row or a stroke, a CVA, a birth, a death, a confirmation of a dead body that's been there for 3 weeks. You're going to see it all. And
okay, I think that's good because you really need to know.
you have to
Yeah,
know.
I can do this. I can't do this. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has one call in them that is a career ender. And I've come pretty close a couple times. But I haven't hit it yet. Yeah, but everybody has one call where it is too much to handle and it's time to find something else to do. Whether
Okay.
you get into teaching, pass your knowledge along, whether you go into something else completely and drive a truck, a lot of us end up driving rigs because you get paid more.
See, and that was something else I was kind of curious. When you guys hit that point, you do have that ability to transition somewhere else within your department to keep that knowledge retention there.
Oh yeah, as long as you have the licensure level, you have to get your IC, instructor coordinator license. As long as you have that, you can get off the street and teach. Great Lakes EMS Academy right down the road from us. A lot of our people do double duty where they work the street and then they teach at night.
Okay, Donald, keep those to yourself. That's all I'm going to say right now, okay?
Oh yeah. There have been some winter x-rays I've got saved on my phone from that.
See, you've got to have, all right.
I have an
know
entire
me-
file of shit on my phone that doesn't get shown to the wife, and because it's all work related, whether it's car accidents or weird x-rays or
I'm the guy who like goes to YouTube and you watch those attack helicopter gun footages.
yeah.
And you're giggling your butt off going, oh, out the open, bye-bye. So I kind of get that with
Yeah.
you, where you're like, see that light bulb? You really want to know where that light bulb is right now?
You did not fall on that light bulb because it's intact in your ass. You didn't fall on it. Don't lie to me and tell me you fell on a light bulb and it just happened to go up your ass because you were naked.
Exactly. Like, I wasn't cheating, honey. I just tripped and fell on her.
Yeah. Casey says, have you ever had a guy call 911 for an ambulance because he had chapped lips? I haven't had chapped lips, but I've had hit by a truck 10 years ago, having pain today. Stubbed their toe like 3 weeks ago, and it hurts. I have a headache. I haven't eaten in 4 days, but I ran out of my medical marijuana, and I have a headache.
God.
No shit, you have a headache. You're dehydrated. You haven't had any intake in days.
Yeah.
I vomited today. Oh, how many times? Once. Well, when? Like 10 minutes ago. And you called an ambulance because you vomited once. Yeah. Yeah, the hospital needs to do something. What are they going to do? People vomit.
Okay. Now, on that wonderful note, guys, we're approaching that hour mark, and most of you know it's Tuesdays. I got to have a Nerf gun war with my kids. So we're going to do the usual thing we do here at the end, where I throw out a challenge for everybody watching currently and everyone who may watch this in the future. I know during COVID, we have lost a lot of abilities that we've had before, like social interaction. And especially in this hyper-politicized world where everything seems to cause problems, you've just lost that social interaction that we've had. Now, I've known Paul for a while, and this is just like a usual conversation I have with him. Not to certain extents, but, there are so many people out there who just, they feel alone. They feel cut off. They feel abandoned because of the COVID crap. Guys, I say this all the time. Call 3 people this week.
Yeah.
3 people you usually don't talk to. Just call them and go, hey, how you doing? Because you never, ever know how that's going to change somebody's life. You never know what their mindset is, what they're thinking, if they're suicidal, if they've gone back to alcohol, if they've gone back to drugs, if they're doing something dumb. Look at the stats during the lockdown and everything else. Alcoholism has gone up. Drug abuses have gone up. Domestic violence has gone up because you don't have that social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird to think. And I remember back when it first started with the big scare, if you go outside, you will die. I remember being in Walmart, everything's empty. And I'm like, what the hell? I remember thinking maybe we're pulling out of it when I saw toilet paper on shelves. But call 3. If you can't call 3, call 2. If you can't call 2, call 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this all the time, and Paul, I'm going to give you a chance here in a moment because I know I want you to add some stuff. If you're thinking of doing something stupid, a permanent solution to a temporary problem, reach out. I have been here for people. I was here for someone last Tuesday, as a matter of fact. I'm never going to say his name. Call. Get a hold of me. I'm all over social media. You can't help but find my stupid Irish ass somewhere. Look in the description box on this video. You're going to see 5 different ways on social media to get a hold of me. I may not know what you're going through, but I will listen to you. Sometimes that's all it takes is someone to listen. Now, Paul, I usually do this. I'm going to turn the floor over to you. What would you like to add?
To that, in EMS, we call it a status check. You're on a scene for more than X amount of time. Dispatch calls you on your portable radio. Like for me, 101 status check. It's a way for you to respond back, hey, we're 10-4, and then give a clear code.
Yep.
So we're 10-4, we're going to be XYZ, all good. We do that for each other, and we call it the same thing. Every now and then we'll get on our messaging board and just type status check. You have to respond. Not responding means everybody's coming to you to make sure you're okay. And we do the same thing on scenes. You don't respond to that status check, the world is coming to you. They're coming lights and sirens, cops, firefighters, and EMS all at the same time. And we're going to make sure you're okay. Do the same thing for your buddies. Everybody needs a little bit of help, especially right now.
Yep.
Whether it's a phone call, stopping over, going out for a drink, going out for dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Keep involved with people. Talk to people you don't normally talk to. Talk to the person on the street, the person behind you in the grocery store. That little bit of human interaction does more than you'll ever know. That might be the one thing. You just saying hi to somebody and have a good day.
Yep.
Might be the one thing that kept them here for one more day.
Exactly.
If you do nothing else this week, this weekend, this year, say hi to people. Perfect strangers. Say hi. Be friendly. Wish them well. It will do more than you'll ever know.
Agreed 100%. Now, guys, I usually do this at the end of the usual videos. I released a special video today because I had, people poking me about a previous video. I guess Black Rifle Coffee did something over the weekend that made the bro vets really, really upset. So you might want to check that video out. I released it like 2 hours before this. And I always tell you Wednesday's video, it's going to be something for you hunting folks out there. I think it's a cute little, not cute, but a neat little bird and trout knife. So that will be tomorrow's video. Next week's guest, he was in the chat tonight. Everyday Terry is making his way for the first time into the no lag zone. He was on the previous show, but stuff's changed since he's been on. He's in for a surprise next week.
He has less hair.
Duh, it's grown out here. He lost it up here and it's just come down here.
It all migrated.
Exactly. It happens. See? It happens. But Paul, man, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. This is awesome. Thank you to everybody that joined in, that commented, that asked questions. God, Terrence. Too much.
I'm going to roll something here in a moment. Paul, don't go anywhere. I'll see you in the green room here in just a moment, bro. Guys, thank you so much for the time you just gave me. I hope you enjoyed our guest tonight, if we had one, and yes, I'm pre-recording this, or that you might have enjoyed an open mic night or whatever the heck just happened. We're going to try to do these every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and whatever you guys are in between and around the world. Next week, we should have another amazing guest or something really cool for you to watch. Thanks so much for watching all this stuff, guys, and we'll see you in our next one.